Hello, everybody. We are in the middle of July 2026, and each year I'd like to tell people what my favorite mangoes are. But if you're buying a tree, I wouldn't go off what myself or anyone else is telling you. What I would do is taste the mangoes for yourself, because the number one thing that I found out and everyone agrees with when it comes to growing mangoes is, before I get into my top three trees I would plant, if I could only plant three trees, I want to thank you if you're already subscribed, but many of you think you're subscribed, but you're not. And if you're not, if you could please check and hit that subscribe button and be a subscriber. It makes a big difference in terms of how many people get to see these videos, in terms of who YouTube shows them to. So that would be a big help to me if you could hit that subscribe button and become a subscriber. Thanks again, and now back to the video. And everyone agrees with, when it comes to growing mangoes, is taste is subjective. I have mangoes that I absolutely dislike, but other people like as their favorites, and vice versa. Taste is truly subjective. When it comes to growing mangoes, you want to know more than just the taste of the mango. You want to know about the tree. Is it a big tree, a vigorous tree, or not? Depending on the size you have, if you have a big lot or a small lot, is going to determine what type of tree you might want to grow. The disease resistance. I'm not saying don't grow a tree that's susceptible to diseases more, but it's going to take more work to keep it from getting a disease. So that's something to consider. And then, of course, we want to look at the season. There's early, mid, and late season mangoes. And all of this can change year after year due to particular weather patterns that might be different some years than other years. But in general, there's enough information to know about many mangoes for people to make a wise choice, especially in South Florida or some tropical area that mangoes do well. So considering that, there are also a lot of places now, like the Florida Mango Festival and some other places, where you could taste many of the different varieties out there. You don't need to taste all of the varieties out there to determine the ones you like. There's always going to be one that you haven't tasted, and one day you're going to taste it and you're going to be like, wow, it's better. I wish I would have planted that. That might happen 6 months after you've already planted a tree. That might happen 6 years after you've already planted a tree. Don't think you need to taste every mango in the world to decide which mango is best for you, or which mango you should plant. You know, taste as many mangoes as you can. And when you find several that you love, then you can start looking at these other differences of the seasons, how much space you have, disease resistance, the characteristics of the tree. Is it a tree that is very vigorous, or a tree that stays kind of dwarf? And you can make that decision. Again, taste truly is subjective, not only from one person to another, but from one season to another. One year, I've known people to taste a mango and they absolutely loved the taste, and the next year they tasted a mango and they didn't like it as much. I've also seen people not like mangoes because they were picked too soon, or so they got them from a farmer somewhere and they would just pick too green too soon, and they just weren't appealing. But then they tasted the mango when it was picked at a better time, and they absolutely loved that. So don't just go off one tasting and say, well, I don't like that mango, or I like that mango. But you give it time and you'll figure out which mango you truly like and which one you don't. Now, there are different categories when it comes to mangoes as well. And several of the farms have classified mangoes in their particular categories, not only by state or country, because India has theirs and the Caribbean has their favorite mangoes and so on, but the particular types of mangoes. Some mangoes might have they call it like an East Indian flavor, where other mangoes might have the common mango, traditional mango flavor, and some might have the Thai mango flavor. So there's different flavors, and you kind of get to know what you like. I personally like, they call it spicy, but they're not really spicy because mangoes are not hot. When somebody says a spicy mango, it just means it's a mango that has a lot of sharp flavor to it, more than your traditional mango. And these would be things like your ice cream mango, or your Bombay mango, or your Jahingo mango. These mangoes have a sharpness to it, just a very unique taste, where if you blindfolded someone, they might not even know they're tasting the traditional mango. And I love those types of mangoes, but there are people that don't like those types of mangoes. And I know somebody who grows mangoes, and they They're top working their trees of those types, and I'm like, wow, it's crazy to think that some people like particular mangoes while others like different ones, but that's fine. There's more than enough to go around. But what I want to do in this video, I'm not going to tell you my top 10 mangoes necessarily, but I'm going to tell you the top 3 mangoes I would plant, and I'm glad I planted. And if I had to do everything over again, and I have the same land I have here, and somebody said, Paul, you can only plant 3 mango trees, what 3 trees would they be? Again, this is for me and my taste buds and my situation. So yours might be different, but hopefully it'll give you some type of guideline to figure that out. I already told you I like the so-called, what they call spicy, but the sharp flavored mangoes, Indian mangoes I love. And this isn't saying these are my favorite 3 tasting. They pretty much are, but overall, these are the mangoes I would pick, and one represents each season. So the first mango is lemon meringue. Lemon meringue mango is absolutely not a traditional mango. It tastes like literally lemon. It has such a sharp lemon flavor, and it's an earlier season mango. After my early season mangoes, my Angie's come out, then my lemon meringues come out. So they're at the beginning of the season. My trees at least have no issues with disease. I don't even really need to spray them. I wouldn't call them vigorous trees, but I definitely have to keep them trimmed every year or they will become vigorous trees. I have 2 of these trees, and there's siblings of the lemon meringue, and basically the orange sherbet, the lemon zest. These came from the lemon meringue. Those mangoes taste amazing, absolutely wonderful. But for me, it's lemon meringue. I mean, those all seem to have, with the great flavor, their question marks. You know, sometimes the orange sherbets, for some people in some seasons, gets like a jelly seed or ripens unevenly. The lemon zest for some people in some seasons are more susceptible to the bacterial black spot. And things could develop. Maybe that'll happen with the lemon meringue. But from my experience, the lemon meringue has been wonderful. It's one of the things that really started me off on this whole mango journey here. And I think you can't go wrong with a lemon meringue tree. And lemon meringue's the mango that it's not a traditional mango taste. And I know a lot of people love it, but I've never met a person that doesn't like it. Lemon meringue is a mango that everyone likes, at least likes, and many people love. And for flavor-wise, tree-wise, and everything else, and season-wise, this isn't necessarily my first, second, or third choices. These are the 3 trees I would have: lemon meringue mango. The second mango that I would pick is one that surprises people because I believe they don't eat it at the right time. But when you eat this at the right time, it's so delicious if you're okay with those so-called spicy mangoes. And it's called Sunrise. Sunrise. Look how easy it is. Lemon meringue and Sunrise are easy to pick because the lemon meringue turns yellow and the Sunrise turns like a sunrise. Sunrise mango, when I first heard about it, it was said if you don't pick it at the right time, it has no flavor, it's not good, or it has a bad flavor. If you pick it at the right time, the smell and the flavor is the strongest flavored mango. And I have so many trees. People say, what do I do with all the mangoes? I'd like to freeze my mangoes if I have too many. And what I find is lemon meringue and Sunrise do not lose any flavor at all when you freeze them, as opposed to many of the other mangoes. Even if they taste wonderful, when you freeze them, they don't taste as wonderful. So for my early season, I'm going with lemon meringue, and my mid-season, I'm going with Sunrise. Now, Sunrise, it's not extremely vigorous. As everything, it should be trimmed back year after year. I don't experience it extremely vigorous, but I have no issues with disease. I have good production. And I like that you could tell when they're ready, they turn a Sunrise flavor. So that's my second mango, if I can only have 3 trees. The third one is from Vietnam. It's Cac. Cac. And it's not necessarily considered a late season mango. It'd be a late mid-season mango. And for me about Cac, what I like is the flavor is so unique from your traditional mango. And don't get me wrong, lemon meringue and sunrise are completely complex. But cack is in its class of its own in terms of there's not much else that tastes. I wrote cack on there. That didn't grow on a tree. There's not much else that tastes like a cack. You know, in sunrise, you could say it has Bombay ice cream and Jahingar characteristics to it. Lemon meringue, you could say, well, there's other citrus mangoes out there, lemon zest and orange sherbet. But cack, I don't know anything that tastes similar to this. It's not extremely sweet, but it has such a unique, delicious flavor, and it's a later season mango. And so I keep mentioning ice cream. Ice cream is the most unique, amazing tasting mango. And I'd like to have an ice cream tree if I have, because we're 4 trees, okay? But uh, the 3 trees, lemon meringue, sunrise, and cack. And so my sunrise, mid-season mango. Well, let's start off with my lemon meringue. Even though they're an early season mango, they'll take me through most of the mango season. I mean, they're very productive trees. So even though you get your first crop early, it seems like they never end. They just keep coming. Sunrise starts a little bit later. It's a mid-season mango. It starts mid-season, and it goes to later in the season. Right now, I have sunrise and lemon meringue on the trees, and cack. Cack starts later in terms of it, so it's not a consider a late season, but it starts later. So I just love cack. Now the thing about cack is it's supposedly a very vigorous tree. My tree, I've been pruning back. I haven't experienced issues with it being too vigorous like a Valencia Pride or something, but that's the warning I got and people get with cack. It's also a very disease resistance tree. So if you have the space, even though for me it hasn't been extremely vigorous yet, it should be pruned to tree like all trees, but it's very disease prone. I mean disease resistant, and it lasts later. It's a later mid-season mango. Now, when we talk about the seasons, there's the late season mangoes. There's the M4. There's the Kitten Kent. There's the Cotton Candy, and all of these later season mangoes. And I have a video I'll put in the description about the Zill late season mangoes. Some of them are wonderful. There's one Dolores that I tasted last year, and I've been talking about. It's amazing. But here's the thing for me and my feelings for a late season. Yes, I want my mango season to go as long as possible. I understand having food available. But the thing is, being as transparent as possible, at least now, the 2 reasons why I'm not the biggest fan of the late season mangoes as I am the early season mangoes is number 1, hurricanes. Traditionally in South Florida, hurricanes season is September and October. Late season mangoes will hang on at least to September. And they're going to get blown off by high winds, even if there's not a hurricane. And it's more of a potential issue. But the real thing is, to be completely transparent, by the time the mango season starts in, if we want to say May, the end of May, going through all the way June, July, and all the different mangoes I have, I got to be honest. I mean, towards the end of the season, I'm not as excited about mangoes as I am at the beginning of the season. So even though these late season mangoes, some of them taste wonderful, I have orange essence, which is absolutely delicious. I'm much more eager to eat mangoes at the beginning season and mid season than I am later in the season. So, and the late season ones, I like. It's hanging on a tree. It's pretty cool, and it's the only ones around, so that's pretty cool. But sometimes I'm so full of mangoes. It's like, okay, I got enough mangoes. And I'm not saying I'm gonna turn down a mango, and I'd rather have a late season mango than no mango on the tree. But I get my fill from these 3 varieties here, and I'll see. I mean, I like late season mangoes. I'll see, because we got to remember there's other fruits in season as well. And when mangoes go out of season, talking September, maybe October, you know, if you don't have other fruits that are coming in season in your yard, then you might appreciate the late season mangoes more, because that's this whole video and all the seasons of it. That's another thing to consider, is what other fruit trees do you have and when are they producing? For me, I want to have food as much as possible throughout the year. So if I don't have other trees, I want my season going as long as possible. But if I have other trees that are lapping over, where I'm not stuck with, I don't got nothing but I don't have mangoes, then I might consider, okay, I've had enough mangoes and now these trees are coming in season, and that's it. So right now my white chipotle trees are loaded and my mango trees are loaded. And this is considered supposedly not the best year, but this year is looking pretty good. And you know, I haven't frozen as many mangoes this year. I made pops for my children, but for the most part, I haven't even sold mangoes. I've been sharing them with people and just eating them as my food. But those are the 3 mangoes I recommend for me: and Lemon Meringue, Sunrise, and Cac. And I've done videos talking about all 3 of these, cutting them open, showing you them, doing taste tests with these. These are 3 of my favorites. Put down your top 3 trees that you would get if you only had to get 3 trees in your yard based on what you know, and why, in the comments. I'd love to know. Thanks for watching, everybody. And mango season is just coming over the peak, but there's still a good amount of time left for a lot of mangoes. I just tasted my first sweet tart mango today off the tree, and I haven't had many orange essence yet, but the tree's loaded. My Super Alfonso, I just had 1 or 2 that just fell off the tree, and there's still a long way to go. So I'll try to make some more mango videos here, but I just wanted to get on here and talk about this because I did a short about these, and people say you only mentioned 2, but I did mention 3, but there they go. All right, and thank you, everybody. Remember, put in the comments your 3 mango trees you would have if you only could plant 3. And until then, everybody, have a great day and keep growing.